Hey, what is up, everybody? This is Stevie Breach. I finally finished up watching WWE Monday Night Raw for March 17th of 2014. I ate my corned beef, I had my cabbage, I had my carrots. I drank a good glass of milk here, and I am polishing off a box of Peeps to polish off my night. But tonight was an awesome night of wrestling. Everybody knows I'm a huge Triple H fan. I'm a real big supporter of Daniel Bryan. I don't like to be one of those people who like to say that they've been there since the beginning. But, you know, since NXT, since he's been coming up, since his return at SummerSlam that I was lucky enough to be a part of, I've been a supporter of Daniel Bryan, and tonight was one of those nights when you're just proud to be there. Daniel Bryan not only wrestled an awesome match against Randy Orton, but he came out there and he stood there face to face with Triple H, and the whole promo side of things was really, really good. Triple H was basically lying to Bryan. It was all a big ruse in order to give the Authority the the upper hand in what was going on. Triple H told him how proud he was of him, that he stood up to him, and he's been giving him a whole bunch of grief since SummerSlam, trying to stack the world on him to see if he could be that main event player, if he was an A+ guy, or if he just was a B+ kind of dude. And he said, you're still here, you're going to face me at WrestleMania, and you finally earned my respect. And that it looked like Triple H was going to kick his ass at WrestleMania, but it was that he honestly earned his spot to where he was. Stephanie McMahon didn't like what she heard. She came out and she brought the Authority with him, saying that he was going to be locked up for what happened on last week's edition of Monday Night Raw. The whole Occupy Raw put all the fans' life into danger, as well as Triple H and Stephanie's and the whole McMahon family. They could have been sued if anything was to happen. And Bryan was the supporter of that, so she brought out all these cops who ended up being fake cops, who basically just put handcuffs on Triple H, who got to beat the crap out of Daniel Bryan for 10 minutes on TV in order to end Monday Night Raw. Never been a real big fan of the Authority guys being able to be the 1, 2, 3 people around. I always like when they use guys like the Shield or somebody like that in order to do their bidding for them. But this is the setup for the big match, the big one. I guess you have to throw all the previous angles out the window, saying that that these guys shouldn't be put into to matches. They shouldn't be beating each other up. But then again, that angle was pretty much put to death a little while ago with Kane and Brad Maddox and everything like that, saying that Kane was going to get in trouble for beating people up. But a 10-minute beatdown full of basically Daniel Bryan getting kicked and punched, thrown into the ring steps. Finally, he was put out of his misery. He did have a few little slight comebacks, throwing headbutts and things like that. But basically, when your hands are handcuffed behind your back, there's not really a whole lot what you're going to be able to do. I thought there was a chance that he might be able to hit one running knee, but tonight's not the night for that. But I'm sure there will be a time when we will see Triple H laid out on Raw before WrestleMania comes down to it. But at the end, the Authority got to stand over Daniel Bryan, showing that they had beaten him down, and even Steph was able to get some slaps in there. But, this was an awesome edition of Monday Night Raw. Basically the whole show kicked off with Triple H saying whoever won the Triple H versus Daniel Bryan match was going to get added into Batista versus Randy Orton. Randy Orton, of course, hit the RKO on Batista. I don't mark out for the RKO all that often. I'm not a big Randy Orton fan, but I marked out for this one. I didn't see it coming. Batista just sort of turned right into it. Randy hit him at the right time. The Real Americans were able to get a win over the Usos. They debuted a new show that's going to be coming out. It's like a cartoon called WWE Slam City, based off the little mini figures that they come out with. Not the Legos ones, but like sort of like the I can't remember what those little ones used to be called, Slammers or something like that. But basically everybody's gonna have jobs. They had John Cena the mechanic and shit like that. They had Mark Henry dressed up in a penguin suit. Not a whole not really knowing what's going on, but yeah, we'll figure it out when we get there. Sheamus beat Titus O'Neil in the normal Sheamus match, where Sheamus beat the guy. It wasn't horrible, but it is what it is. Sheamus announced that he was going to go into the WrestleMania 30 Battle Royal, Andre the Giant Classic, whatever it was called. Then after that, Christian jumped him and they fought around. And I'm sort of sitting here scratching my head thinking, I thought last week was the blow-off of this feud, but it honestly doesn't seem like it. John Cena and Bray Wyatt had a promo. Bray said some really, really cool shit in it. It's hard to really recreate and talk about a Bray Wyatt promo and break down everything that he says. Daniel Bryan had an awesome match against Randy Orton that was broken up by Batista, hitting a Batista bomb on Orton, where Daniel Bryan got the win. Paul Heyman came out and he did a video promo for Brock Lesnar, just basically saying that there's no way that Taker can beat him. I guess that Undertaker's going to show up a main event tomorrow on the WWE Live thing. Nothing really that spectacular to talk about. It's not like he's really going to have a match, and we all know that Brock Lesnar isn't going to be there. So, you know, I don't know why they're doing this, but I guess this is what they call the stress test for the network to make sure that they're ready for WrestleMania. The Shield turned on Kane after the Kane asked them to beat up Jerry Lawler. I'm sure that Kane will find some way to react to this. We had Naomi come back from her eye injury, now wrestling with a patch over her eye. She got a win over AJ, and then AJ blamed Tamina. Tamina shoved AJ down, and they both sort of stared at each other, and Tamina was surprised that she was able to do this. There was an 8-man tag match of the 8 guys that were named already, besides for Sheamus, who had already had a match for the whole Battle Royal gimmick deal. Basically, it was Big Show helping get the win. It was Big Show, Big E, Dolph Ziggler, and Mark Henry beating Curtis Axel, Ryback, Damian Sandow, and Alberto Del Rio. But basically, Daniel Bryan and Triple H were the stars of the show here. Basically, that was all that we came to see, with Daniel Bryan getting the big win, and then Triple H kicking his ass for 10 minutes to end the show. This was awesome. This is what it is. One of those great editions of Monday Night Raw that makes you really say, man, I wish Mania was this on this Sunday. But we got a few more weeks. We'll get there. Peace out.